Great, fantastic. Well, I'm really pleased this evening to be joined by three young women who are members of the Farnham Youth Choir Ensemble, and they are going to be singing with us, the Waverley Singers, at our concert on Saturday, the 2nd of December in Alton. And they very kindly agreed to talk to me a little bit this evening about um, themselves and the choir and their hopes for the choir and what they're going to be singing on the 8th of December. And we may be joined by another member who we think is on the way but stuck in traffic. So if we're suddenly, there's an extra person on the screen, that's what it's all about. So so let me start by introducing the three young ladies on the screen. So Freya, hi.
Hi.
And hello, Evie.
Hello.
And hello, Lily.
Hello.
Terrific. Lovely to see you all. Let me start with you, Freya. Just tell me a little bit about how you got interested in singing and how long you've been in the Farnham Youth Choir and your own story.
So I've played music since I was really young. I played violin, but I moved to Farnham in 2014, I think. And one of the things that my mum had seen was Farnham, an amazing youth choir that goes all over the world. And as a 9-year-old, I was like, oh, I really want to do that. So I joined the training choir when I was 9, and I think I was in it for, like 2 terms. And then I moved up to the girls' choir, which is now, they merged the girls and the boys, so now it's just the junior choir. But I was in there for 2 years, and then I've been in the senior choir since I was 12 or 11. So 6, 7 years, 8 years, I'm not sure. But yeah, a long time.
So great. So basically you've got 3 levels. You've got the training choir, the junior choir, and the senior choir. Is that right?
Yeah.
And where does the ensemble fit into it? Is it just sort of ad hoc that some of you just come together from time to do things like you're going to do for our concert?
Basically, yeah, it's the most senior members of the senior choir. So it started last year when we were on tour. Where were we?
We were at Braeside and they talked to us.
Yeah, we were doing
Wiltshire.
a residential at Braeside. And a group of some of the older members did like a mini ensemble for a performance for all of us. And Patrick, our conductor, thought it was just a really good idea and wanted to get like a group of us to do that kind of regularly. So we started last year, and then the older members left, so we got some new members in. And yeah, we've just kept it going, and it's going really well.
We kind of go like to events and things. So when the choir need like a group of people to perform, they can't get the whole choir together, then they'll just send the ensemble as representatives.
That's terrific. Yeah. So what do you do? Things like, do you ever do sort of weddings or is it mainly concerts, that sort of thing?
Yeah, weddings we haven't done yet, but last year our first performance was at the fundraising concert that myself and Natalie organised, and that was kind of our first outing into the musical world.
Yeah.
And since then we had a concert at the Menuhin Hall in the summer, and we performed there. We did a little ensemble bit in there, and then we're doing some carol singing as well.
And we're also
the Christmas party.
Yeah.
The Christmas party as well.
As the what, sorry?
Christmas party.
Christmas party, of course, yes. And you mentioned that there are boys in the I think you said the junior choir. Obviously you're all girls. I mean, do you have boys in your ensemble group as well?
So they
not in the ensemble.
They tend to leave the seniors when their voice breaks. But we've got a couple, or one at least, member who can just sing really high naturally despite voice breaking. So we have the younger boys, but they tend to leave as they get older.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing about young people and singing. I mean, obviously from our perspective as the Waverley Singers, we would love the young people like yourselves who sing to eventually graduate to sing in a kind of senior choir, like adult choir like ours. And in fact, we'd love to have more young people singing in our choir. But I mean, the sort of pressures on young people with so many different demands on your attention. Do you find it sort of difficult to fit it in, the singing?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I'd say like sometimes we have training weekends and workshops, and they can take up a lot of time. But I think singing's a really good way to unwind from college
a really
work.
good distraction.
You need a break from
things.
your desk and from schoolwork and college work, and I think a lot of people see that.
And everyone, everyone in choir is so friendly and everyone's friends, so it's like you actually do enjoy going to choir. Yeah,
it's not like another chore that you have to do on a Wednesday evening.
Which is really nice.
Well, I think you just said, I would say the same probably about Thursday evening for us. I mean, the great thing about singing in a choir is it's obviously it's the music, but it's also it's the togetherness, isn't it? It's sort of doing something together, and it's also, of course, very, very good for the body, let alone the mind. And it's very good physical exercise, singing, as well as being very sort of uplifting. So yeah, let's hear it for singing. I mean, I think you're a terrific advert for singing. It's really great.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've known you guys since I was 9, and I don't think I've ever fallen out with you.
No.
And you're at school, you've got all the drama, and just going to choir's just drama free, and it's just nice.
Sometimes after a long tour, you do get a little bit sick of people. Normally it's fine.
How long are your tours then? When you say long tour, what's a long tour look like for you?
A week and a bit normally, but they're quite intense. When they're a week, we do like hours of rehearsal each day, and you'll be doing performances sometimes almost every night or day if it's a competition,
and you're with each other all the time.
Like all the time. So it's quite intense.
No, obviously you've got to be able to get on with each other, haven't you, when you're sort of thrown together like that for a long time.
It's good bonding for the younger members as well.
So you just mentioned competition. I mean, it's quite interesting, this idea, because we've just said how collaborative singing in a choir is. And then, we obviously want to encourage competitions as well, and people to sort of match themselves against each other. But it's not like it's not like a football match, is it? I mean, it's much more sort of collaborative as an endeavour, I think.
A lot more friendly. We have friendship concerts, so most competitions we do will compete against certain choirs, but we'll also have a concert where we sing with them, and then so we sing a few songs, they'll sing a few songs, and then we'll meet together afterwards and we'll say hello, and we'll exchange like numbers and badges and perhaps sing a few songs with them. So it's very friendly. We're supporting all the other choirs even if we're competing against them.
And that's the thing about like going on tours, you get to meet people from all over the world, like you would just never expect to meet. So it's really, really cool.
When we went to the European Choir Games, we met a choir from California. So
it's really cool.
And Ghana, I think there was a Ghanaian choir in France, which was really, really fascinating. Listen to their music as well, because it's so different to the things we sing. They have such like dense culture that they can sing about, and their costumes, and it's really interesting. Fascinating.
And you've got talking about going around the world, there's the prospect of a rather long trip sometime next year if you manage to raise enough funds to be able to go. Tell us about that.
So we're planning on going to the World Choir Games in New Zealand, in Auckland, next July, which is amazing.
Hello, Natalie. Welcome to the party. So we've just got on to talking about the World Choir Championship. Is that the right term in New Zealand next year, and your hopes to go there? Keep going.
So it will be another really great opportunity, and we haven't been, Farnham Youth Choir haven't been to the World Choir Games for a very long time.
Not since any of us have been in it.
So it's very, very exciting. It's a long flight.
It's about 30 hours traveling to get there, but it will be very tiring, but very worth it, I think.
And it is a bit of a step up from what we've been doing before. Like, we've obviously been to the European Choir Games, but the whole world is
the level
of a whole
of
other story.
Musical technicality we'll be dealing with is going to be quite.
And you do have to raise some funds to be able to afford it, I guess.
Yes,
we've got to raise about £50,000 in order for the whole choir to be able to go and afford it. Because obviously the flight alone is obscene, because you're going all the way around the world. But
we're trying to make it as cheap as possible to let everyone have an opportunity to go, even the youngest members.
And you've got a really big fundraising program, and you're very active on social media. And in fact, I may be wrong, but Natalie, have I seen you appearing in a video motive.
Yes, I was in the fundraising video a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought it was really good, and it's doing the rounds on social media. We certainly put it on our Facebook and our Twitter, so hope we can give you a bit of a puff. But yeah, that's really something to look forward to, isn't it? Really, really exciting. When is it exactly?
It's July.
July 13th
to
the 22nd of July, I think, are the dates we're hoping to go.
Right. Well, you'll be pleased to hear that we're going on tour also next year, but I'm afraid it's only to just across the English Channel to Normandy. And it's only for 3 days, or maybe 4 days. So we're not in your league, I'm afraid, as tourists.
We had a lovely tour to France last year, so I'm sure you'll have fun.
And we did have a lovely tour to Cornwall the year before. Which is also very nice.
Well, yes, it's terrific. It's terrific fun. Some of the best memories I have are going on choir tours. They're really, really great. But just coming back sort of a bit closer to the here and now. I mean, I'm sure we all wish you every success with the fundraising for that project. But just coming back to our concert on the 2nd of December in Alton, which we've called O Magnum Mysterium, and the idea is it's sort of celebrating the mystery of Christmas as exemplified by the shepherds finding the baby Jesus in the manger, in the cowshed, as it were. You're going to be there for that, and you're going to sing some carols on your own, and I think you're going to join in with us to sing the audience carols as well. So tell us a bit more about what you're getting up to, because you're actually meeting tonight to rehearse for that, I take it, are you?
We're singing Away in a Manger, Once in Royal David City, Carol of the Bells, and In Dulce Jubilo.
Lovely, all lovely stuff. So how many of you will there be singing?
7.
Yeah,
There's 7 of us.
7. And how much rehearsal will you have to do for that?
How long have we been rehearsing? Since September.
Yeah.
We meet every Thursday.
Yeah, from 6:30 to 8. So same length as our senior choir rehearsals, but just different day.
Tiny bit shorter, but yeah.
So you are actually rehearsing 2 nights a week then? You're doing the senior choir on a Wednesday and rehearsing for this on a Thursday. That's real dedication.
I mean, I'd say that our Thursdays are probably a bit more relaxed than
less intense. We still get it done.
Yeah.
And do you have somebody directing you in these rehearsals, or are you just doing it yourselves?
We're doing it ourselves.
So we kind of just have to make sure we breathe at the same time and stuff, but we're pretty good at that, I would say.
Yeah. Last year we had a bit of help from the founder of Farnham Youth Choir, David Victor Smith, which we haven't managed to get to see him this time to check, because everyone's been so busy it's hard to find a time that works. But he helped us and his wife Gillian just with a few pointers of performance and stuff, because they've obviously got loads of experience, and we're hoping to see him in the future,
perhaps before 40.
Yeah, terrific. Well, that's great. Well, I can tell you we're all looking forward very much to having you with us on the 2nd, and we should be listening to your performance. I'm sure it's going to be great. Thank you very much for doing that with us.